Good morning, Vietnam. I mean, hell, say it. Good morning, America. Newt here. We're going hunting today. Y'all come along.
We are going on this adventure today. You will not be taking Aunt May's minivan. I can recall the last time I went hunting, I was probably about 8 years old. And well, yeah, we won't even talk about how old I am now. So I want to take this opportunity now to thank Travis for allowing me to come out here and screw up his hunt. Growing up in the hill country of Texas, my parents ran a small motel. And I can recall the only time, pretty much, that we ever had to go out and put up the no vacancy sign was during hunting season. The motels would fill up and you couldn't find a room anywhere. One thing that has stuck with me over the years is I recall when those hunters would come out of those hills, they'd come back with 8, 9, 10-point bucks. Once I made it into camp and met up with Travis, we wasted no time in getting our butts back out there and getting some glassing done.
We're gonna be up there glassing that big hole. See what all the green trees are on. Oh yeah. We're gonna be blasting all that.
When I moved out west as an adult, I noticed the deer out here were nowhere close to the same in size. This smaller subspecies of the common whitetail, found in the southwestern United States and Mexico, is called Coues deer.
Well, you're wrong, Newt.
The name is actually a debated topic. Some people say Coues deer, some people say Coues, others say cows, others say Coues. These deer were first scientifically described by naturalist and Army physician Dr. Elliott Coues in 1865 while stationed in Arizona. So for a true pronunciation, I guess you'd have to ask Mr. Coues himself, but we're about a century and a half too late for that. So for argument's sake, we will use the most commonly accepted pronunciation, Coues, or scientifically yeah, you figure it out. In this area, we glassed up about 12 deer, but no bucks to be seen. As you can see, wind picked up and it started raining on us. Time to head back a little closer to camp. If you're from the north, midwest, or back east, you know the white-tailed deer very well. The Coues whitetail is much the same with a few exceptions. The most obvious is their size. A male Coues deer is only about 30 inches tall at the shoulders and can be as large as 100 pounds. The adult female, however, averages about 65 pounds. Well, no luck here. It's getting late, and we got to get back to camp to meet up with Farmer. He's coming out, and he'll be spending the day with us tomorrow. We pick up Farmer back at camp and head out to get some firewood.
Almost fell on my ass. Log, yeah. Pretty light. Yeah, it'll burn quick. Think that might last us tonight? Maybe.
Loaded full of dead, dry mesquite, we make our way back to camp and leave Farmer the task of holding onto the log on top. With a nice fire going and good chili for dinner, it's time to get settled in for the night.
So if it gets too cold tonight, we got a triple bunk up in there. I call butts, you got nuts.
Morning came all too quickly, and it was colder than a well digger's ass out there. Just look at the frost on that half windshield. Found ourselves a new spot to glass this morning. This time, it's over on the west side of the same mountains we were glassing the day before. It didn't take long, and Travis found exactly what he was looking for. Up on the saddle, between two hills we called Big Titty and Little Titty, there was 2 bucks pushing each other around. It was time for the predator to pursue his prey. There he goes, heading off to get that deer. Up there in the saddle. We'll stay here and keep spot. Freeze our asses off.
That's like a little fawn. You're looking at it.
Those 2 bucks.
Yeah, that's a little fucking thing. That's a big ass one. Oh, they went over the damn it. They went over the ridge.
The deer had gone up and over the ridge, out of sight. After discussing it a bit with Travis, Farmer and I would head up this ridge line to the right. We'd follow the ridge line for a ways and then drop over the other side, back around the backside of the saddle, hoping that our movement coming around from the backside would flush the deer back up and over the saddle toward Travis. Meanwhile, Travis would continue up the mountain and see if he could get a better view from above the saddle. From a distance, these mountains look like nice grass-covered hills, but I can tell you from first-hand account, this is some brutal bushwhack hiking. The weeds and brush are about waist high, and you can't even see the desert floor. There are rocks stacked upon rocks, and it's the most unstable walking I've probably ever done. Now looky here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a bedding down spot for a deer right here where they've been stomping around, eat the grass down, right up underneath this tree where they can get their midday shade. Oh, looky there. What might that be? Got us a nice little shed. All right, now let's find the real thing. Looky there, we got something in the bushes up there. See that moving ahead? We got something there. Let's see what we got. Oh, my bad, just Farmer. The hiking getting up here is pretty brutal, but I tell you what, the views are absolutely fantastic. We made our way up and over the ridge and around the backside. We did find that deer, but when it saw us, it took off in the opposite direction we had hoped it would go. So we met up with Travis, had a sit-down little snack, and eventually started making our way on back down the mountain. Oh yeah.
Notice I laughed first.
Yep. And then you ask. I get
Heard
that.
you laughing though.
Oh, this ground is not very stable. The grass
Looks
would.
like you just felt like sitting down, you know.
Yeah. And all this grass on top of rocks, you can't see any of the rock. Oh, there you go.
You alright? I fell down too.
Is everybody taking a tumble?
Son of a bitch. What did I get for laughing, dude?
See, I'm getting a reverse view of the video here so I can watch Farm fall on his ass. Whose idea was it to come this way? Farmer?
What size you wear? 10 wide. You wear 10s? Yeah. It's like my penis. 10 wide.
It's already about 2 o'clock in the afternoon by this time, so we head on down the mountain and start making our way back to camp. But before we can get there, we've got to stop off at the pond and involve ourselves in a little masculine hijinks.
Get on her, Farm!
Run, Farm. Just swing up on her. My legs almost fell out from under me. Looks like you guys are having a little Mexican standoff.
He's just trying to leave me behind. It's lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
It's lunchtime. PB&J's. And what the hell is that? Boiled eggs?
Pickled eggs.
Pickled eggs in a jalapeno slice jar.
After our lunch of PB&J's, pickled eggs and pork rinds, which only a man would eat, Farmer abandoned us for the comforts of home, and Travis and I head back out for another try. The crazy thing is out there, you just never know when the hunter could become the hunted. We didn't find much in that spot, but on the way out we did encounter 3 does here at the right center of your screen. At this point we were skunked, but my time was up on the hunt. You don't always get something. I guess that's why they call it hunting and not killing. I have got to make it back to civilization for work, but my exit is not without its obstacles. Not all the animals in southern Arizona are small.
Move on out of the way, big boy.